Hello, everyone. Today is July 25th, 2025, and today's video is again a journal entry for today's trade that I took. Before I get into the trade, I quickly want to explain what give an area trade breakdown. It's not the focus of this video. Like I said in the last video, I'm going to make another one explaining what areas are. So I'm not going to go deep into what they are, but for those who are new, areas come from an algorithm that basically map out the previous swings of the high and lows of the market, and it gives you key levels, right, for support and resistance. So an area trade, when I mention an area trade, it's just support and resistance. I only trade support and resistance. So I'll give you guys a breakdown. So R1 is the lightest resistance, R2 is mid-level resistance, R3 expected high, where there is expected to give quite a big swing, retrace back, and R4 is extremely overbought, strong reversal zone. Same thing vice versa for S1 to S4, with S4 being the strongest bounce zone. Anyways, this video is not about that. This is just a journal entry for today's date, which is July 25th, 2025, Friday. So the trade, I shorted R1, the lower part of the zone. I didn't go for 470 plus. I waited for the trend to change and grabbed 463. So I ended up taking 15 points from 463 to 448. Now I could have held longer, 100%. Price dropped, as you can see here, all the way down to 408, which is a 68 point drop. But here's why I locked in only my 15 points. Number one, my target is always 15 to 20 points, which means that I had achieved my target with one full mini contract. So just fewer points gave me my perfect trade, right? And yeah, so pretty much the first point is this was a bread and butter trade. I got my 15 points and I got out and I'm happy. Number two, my stop was at 476. So I was risking 13 points to make 15, which is about 1 to 1.5 risk to reward. The second reason why I got out at 448, basically, if you can see here, price right here around 450 to 451, it was showing a bit of support, and I didn't want to get caught in a reversal, right, based off my risk to reward ratio. Next reason is because it's Friday, volume was low. It was the second choppy day in a row, kind of a ranging market. And now is not the time to get greedy, especially on Jumate, you know. It's Friday prayer. It was Friday prayer at 1 p.m. And I took the trade at 12:30 because I waited pretty much the whole day for this trade. So market gave me my 15 points and I left with my 15 points, alhamdulillah. I could have got more, like I said before, but when I hold a trade, I want to be like fully confident in holding the trade. And I know a lot of you guys might and a lot of people who took this trade probably held it, and you know it was a solid, at least you could have even held it up till here, which I think was 428 or 430. I think this was 433. But so regardless, you could have taken at least 15 more points, maybe 30 points from this trade, but like I said before, I'm happy with my 15 points, so I would consider this a perfect trade. Anyways, another thing I just want to clarify, a trade isn't just better because you get more points out of it. Some way it's kind of like, you know, it's not bad when it hits your stop, because what matters is the setup. Because an issue is like sometimes I have, you keep holding on to the trade and then you, like, you know, you might take a lot more, but if you get used to that, then you might even see 15, 20 points. I know might be you know, price could have just reversed right back up from here, right? And I could have been like, damn, man, I saw my 15, 20 points and I didn't take it. So it's always best to just take your profits, lock in your profits, lock in your goal. Now, see, if it didn't give this sort of reversal right here, I probably would have held on a little longer. But like I said before, I'm happy. It was a bread and butter trade, you know, regular day at the office type of trade. But yeah, anyways. So another thing I wanted to mention, why I didn't take S1 long. So as you can see here, S1 was the support long trade. The reason I didn't take that, I'll explain right here. So market opened at 9:30 at 23,375. It had already dropped, like it had only dropped 40 points. Now the thing about an area trade is you want to, yes, it was already falling pre-market, during like London Asia session. The issue is though 9:30 open always has more volatility, and basically this could have gone down and created new low, like gone to the expected low S2, S3, S4 even, right? And I didn't want to get caught in that, hit a big stop loss. So I guess it did reverse from here, and people who did take this trade, they did make a lot of money. 146 point swing. See, if I took this trade, I probably would have held on to this a lot longer, right? Because you see this, it's a 15-minute candle, but you see these candles, they look a lot more bullish, right? So anyways, that's pretty much why I didn't take S1, because right after market open, the drop is kind of risky. I was expecting some more volatility and like a little bigger of a drop, but again, it was a choppy market. Not too much movement. Also, the pressure and base was also down, and I'm not looking to long in these type of markets these days because market keeps creating new highs, right? Like I did today. So final thoughts. Pretty much, this trade was solid. It was not flashy. This was probably one of like this trade was bread and butter. Like I said, if I were to make another, I might, in fact, when I'm explaining areas, I might use today's trade as well again. Like this is a very good explanation video for support and resistance. I would say this is a very good area trade. So yeah, it was. I've had bigger trades, like I said, but there aren't always better. And like I said, the market always blesses you with these small wins. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I'm just trying to see if there's anything else I missed. Oh yeah, okay, one more thing. So, why I took 463 as my entry rather than 476, which was, or even 470. I could have nailed 10 more points, 15 more points even, right? Got 30 points just from like this same trade, but I could have taken a better, like not necessarily a better entry, but like, could have gotten at the top of the bar. Reason I didn't take that. Okay. So even with an area trade, one thing I am learning now and one thing I'm incorporating now is getting in when the trend changes, right? What I used to do before is I would put a limit order, let's say right here at 470, and yes, it would pick it up and this trade would go fine. But the issue is that sometimes the trend continues to go up, and it might hit the upper point of the area, which was today was 490, right? And from that, give a little bit of reversal from 490 to 470 and continue going back up, create new highs. It does do that sometimes, right? And it has done that in the last couple weeks. So what I did was I waited, right? I'd even get in here. Price came down, it reversed. Price came down right here from 470 or exactly 470 or 469 right here. Came down, then went back up. And created a new higher high, Nasdaq's record at 476, right? Then price reversed, created like a little bit of a fair value gap here. Price came to retest that. I got in at 463. This is the reason why I consider this trade to be perfect, because I took the fair value gap, I took the better entry as price came to retest it. Then I continue with the trend. So that's pretty much the last thing I kind of wanted to explain why I took this entry. And also, because of this entry, I was able to create a tighter stop loss. Had I taken 470, where would my stop loss be? 490 plus, right? And that's kind of risky, right? Because you don't know how high it's going to go here. Okay, I know. Yes, I get in 463. It goes test the stop loss. I put it like a point above, right? So if it goes breaks that, it's going to sweep up and create even higher high, right? So it's better just to like this. This was, like I said before, this is what I would say a perfect trade is. So that's pretty much it. Tight stop loss and good return from today. And yes, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys. If you guys have any questions, any feedback especially, please leave them in the comments. I am looking to become financially free with trading, and any feedback would be appreciated as well. Thank you very much.